I'm going to share my screen, Jeff, and then we'll go from there, and hopefully it'll work. And if you guys have questions or um, just let me know. Feel free to barge in as I'm talking. Not a problem.
Well, can you hear me? This is Ken Martin.
And we can hear you. If you can mute, please.
I don't. Where's the mute button on the?
If you click on your name, you should be able to mute.
Well, I just what happened up here. Oh, there we are on this side here now.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
I can see it. Can everybody
See
see
it?
it?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's the right
Yes.
one. It's not the presenter's one, right? You guys see the. Okay.
I
So
see rail and sail.
Perfect. Okay, wonderful. So some of you guys already may have heard the news that we announced on last week. We're excited to be able to be partnering with Brightline there in Florida, and this is going to be a game changer, especially for those that are local up in that area to be able to take Brightline. So we have this great partnership with them, and you're going to start seeing Brightline with we have a wrap on there that's going to be really a princess wrap that's going to be very
Besides Blizzard treats, get it now in the
what did I say?
It tastes good.
You can see it really well. I can't remember. I'm lost for words on that part. Anyway, so that we're going to be going from Fort Lauderdale to Port Canaveral, and with that, because we have some exciting news that we'll talk about here in a second. But there's the princess wrap. Doesn't that look good? So kind of a fun ride. Somebody
Yeah,
put on mute. We're hearing background noise. Everybody can put on mute. We don't can't hear me very well. So with this partnership, there's some fun things that we're going to be offering with this. So you're going to be able to arrive in your home port less time than driving if you're up in that area. We do have the option to upgrade if you want to the premium category, if you will, on the Brightline. And then we're also going to have seamless way to get your luggage to the ship, which we'll talk about here in a second. So why will this help grow the market? Because we have that north and southbound options available, making it easier to sell from either Fort Lauderdale or Port Canaveral. It opens up the market to attract cruisers through the state and region. And we're also looking at Georgia and Alabama and South Carolina as well for those drive markets. So that's kind of a fun, exciting for us as well. So the northbound, you're going to have stops in Boca Raton, if I pronounce that right, West Palm Beach, and they also can board in Miami or Ventura or Fort Lauderdale or Orlando. So that's kind of fun. So here's a southbound. Southbound, same type of thing. We're going to do a couple stops there from Orlando to Fort Lauderdale. Basically the same stops that we do with the northbound. So this is really cool. So people are going to ask, okay, well, what do I do with my luggage, right? When I'm getting on Brightline. So this is going to be a service that we offer. If you drop your bags off at Brightline station, the luggage will be delivered directly to your staterooms, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. Once you drop it off there, that will be delivered to it. There is a cost. It's $35 per bag to be able to do that, but very convenient, and again, wouldn't have to worry about your luggage as you get on and off the train. So from rail to train to cruise port. So we do have complimentary transfers for the guests. So I'll be in great air-conditioned motor coaches or shuttle vans, and no need again to pick up your luggage as long as you checked it with Brightline. They will be delivering it to your stateroom, or we will. So we do have a promotion going on that we'll talk about. So the rates will start from about $35 per person. We do again have the option to upgrade to the premium services, which will include the complimentary snacks, beverages, and access to the premium lounge. So the special offers we have going on you have to book by May 5th, and you get up to a $300 credit per stateroom. So it depends on where you're booking. So if you're booking a mini suite, you'll get a mini suite or suite, you get $150 per person, Brightline credit. If you do a balcony or a deluxe stateroom, you'll get $100. And then if you're doing an ocean view or an interior, it's $50. And then up to $15 off when you book when booking smart premium rail and packages through Brightline. And then if you want to learn more about this, you can go to princess.com/Brightline or gobrightline.com to find that information. Does anybody have any questions on that I can answer? So again, that was just announced, and we're we're really excited about that service. So I'm not sure how many of you are actually located in Florida and if this would be a benefit to you or not. So we did introduce a couple new ports. And one of them was Port Canaveral, and she'll be starting up in November, and it'll be the Caribbean Princess. The Caribbean Princess will be going starting up this year and into 25, and then the Sky Princess will pick up in the fall of 25 and go through 26. So I think two great ships going in there, Caribbean, and then we're going to follow up with the Sky Princess, which is one of our newer ships. She's a Royal class ship. If you guys don't know, I'm not familiar with those. So she came out in right before COVID in 2018 or 2019. She was released. Beautiful ship, and we're excited to have her starting over there as well. So here's the itineraries from Port Canaveral. So we have, oops, it's got a mind of its own here. Sorry. One more. We got some technical things. Okay. So we have an option of a 6-day Eastern Caribbean with Turks and Caicos round trip from Canaveral on the Caribbean Princess. And then we also have an 8-day available, and that one's going to hit Cozumel, Costa Maya, Belize, and Roatan. So I'll give you a little bit different option there with the 8-day, which I think is great to have those two different options. Also with St. Thomas, we'll have an option there as well. So we want to talk about Alaska a bit, because I know that Jeff is promoting an Alaska group, and what a great place to go. If you guys have not been to Alaska, it's such a great destination to go and visit. You know, it's on
I
the
second
top
that.
of- You'll second that? Okay, good. Thank you. And with Princess, we've been voted, well, I'm going to toot my horns for a second. We've been voted #1 cruise line of it for 20 years straight. So we're real excited about that. We have a great product up there, not only with the cruise part of it, but also the land portion of it. I know you guys are going to be doing the round trip Seattle, which is a fantastic cruise. But we do have that option as well to do land if you wanted to later on.
We're actually doing the southbound.
Oh, you are doing southbound. Okay, my bad.
Yes, 5 days before, and then the 7-day
Oh.
southbound.
Well, my bad. I misunderstood. So I tailored this to the round trip. So I'll talk about the 5 days. So you're probably doing the Denali Explorer one, right? Where it gives you
Correct.
Denali. Are you starting in Fairbanks, or are you ending in Fairbanks,
No.
or
We're
Anchorage?
stuck in Anchorage.
Anchorage. Okay, great. Perfect. So, the reason why people go to Alaska, right? They want to see the glaciers, they want to see the mountains, they want to see the wildlife. And that is perfect for what you guys are going to be doing, to be able to see all of those. It's hard to see, especially the land portion, and people go up and they do the round trip Seattle, which is great, but they miss so much more of Alaska by not doing that land portion. So I'm glad you guys are doing that. It's exciting. So with that, and I apologize again, I misunderstood. So instead of the round trip Seattle's, you're going to start out in Whittier, right? And you're going to go through. And what I love about this itinerary and this cruise is because it's different than the round trip Seattle. So you can look on the map there on the bottom left corner there and see where you leave from Seattle and you're going on the outside of Victoria Island, and then you go on the Inside Passage. What we do with the Voyage of the Glaciers one you're going to be on. So we're going to start out in Vancouver, and you're going to go on the inside of Victoria. So you get all of that section of the Inside Passage, which is a highlight to me. I love going through the Inside Passage. It's really such a great place to be able to see that the wildlife and the scenery and so forth is just beautiful up through there. So I'm glad you're doing that one because it's really a better itinerary there. You're also going to get 2 glacier viewings with that one, which we don't do. And I think we're the only ones that do a 7-day with 2 glacier viewings on the Voyage of the Glaciers. Like our round trip Seattle's and our round trips San Francisco and Vancouver, we do not do 2 glacier viewings. So it's only our Voyage of the Glacier one ways. So you get Glacier Bay, always Glacier Bay, and then you're going to get Hubbard Glacier. Hubbard, let's see, on that one, you're going to get College Fjord if you're doing a northbound sailing. So you'll have College Fjord with that one.
We're doing southbound.
Oh, you're doing southbound?
Yes.
So you're getting Hubbard Glacier. Thank you. Keeping me straight here. So we hit everybody hits basically the same ports up there. There's not a lot of choices, right? So we head up into Juneau, and there's some really fun excursions up in Juneau that you can do. The whale watching is great. We've done that one as a family when we were up there. The other one that's basically our most popular excursion up in Juneau, or even actually anywhere, is our Deadliest Catch. So if you're familiar with the Deadliest Catch, that program, we have partnered with Discovery Network about 10 years ago. And with that partnership, we've teamed up with them and come up with some great excursions we do. And that is one of them, the Deadliest Catch. And like I said, it's one of our most popular. It used to be the number one of all of our excursions we do all over the world. It was our number one excursion. So anyway, and then we have the Mount Roberts tram. If you want to do that, kind of a leisurely thing, go up there and have kind of a fun, have a little meal up there, lunch, and then walk around. But that's kind of some beautiful views there. You obviously have Mendenhall Glacier there. So lots of different options we offer up in that area. As we go up into Skagway, this is great because we have and this one is our second best excursion that's offered, is the White Pass and Yukon Rail. So if you have not been there, not done that, I would highly recommend that you do that excursion. Carnival Corporation actually purchased the White Whale Pass. That was again right before COVID that they purchased it, so they are in ownership of that. But the owners, the people that we bought it from, are still running it.
And don't miss the brothel museum.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. I love it. So Skagway, another great destination. There's some really, you do the dog sleds up there and all that stuff. So there's really some fun things to do in that area as well. And then Ketchikan, and going up through historic Creek Street. I was up there in August one year, and the salmon run was going on, and it was just amazing to be able to see that. It was like the river is almost like a blood red, if you will, as you went up through there. It was really cool. So again, a lot of different options there with our excursions and things you can do there. And I would highly recommend in each port that you do at least one excursion. We made the mistake when I took my family up, my 2 boys, my wife, we only did one excursion in one port, trying to save money, and it was not a good idea. So there's not a lot to do if you don't do the excursions. So just a heads up. So here's the other thing I always recommend. So there's 2 places in the world that I say, okay, you must have a balcony, right? One of them is Panama Canal. And then obviously the other one is Alaska. And this is when I was up with a group of advisors, and they put me in an inside cabin because we ran out of balconies. And so this is me. I'm up there and I took this picture on purpose just so I could put it into my presentations to show you everybody else was inside cabins, right? They're all packed, and I'm on tippy toes trying to see Glacier Bay. But you kind of, I tease, you look down at the balconies below, and they're down there sipping their coffee, their cocoa, and just enjoying the view. So please just spend the extra money and get a balcony. It's so worth it. Not only when you're going up into the glaciers to see the glaciers, but also when you're going up through the inside passage. It's such a great view to be able to see the inside passage as you're getting there, and especially when you're going, the midnight sun's out and you have that opportunity to have that extra daylight and be able to really see some of the wildlife, marine life. Okay.
I actually have a question for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did it in September on the Carnival Luminosa,
Okay.
and we did Tracy Arm Fjord, and the ship could not get close enough to the glaciers, so we paid the lot of money to go on the little ship to get close to the glacier.
Right.
With Princess, does the ship get close to the glaciers, or is the only option like what we did with Carnival?
So that's a great question. So all of us, when we do Tracy Arm, we have to do the ships can't get up in there, so they have to do the smaller ones. But no,
Yep.
with Glacier Bay and with Hubbard Glacier, you'll get right up to the glacier, and it's
Okay, cool.
incredible. I mean, it's really a great question. It was really, I mean, and this picture doesn't do it justice, but the chunks of ice coming off of the glacier are like size of buildings, right? And they're just flowing
wow,
into the
yeah.
ocean, and it just thunders. It just thunders it, and it gets into that ocean. So that's why I say it's so nice to have a balcony. No, the ship does turn, so it sends about 30 minutes on each side, so it does move. So you can,
Okay.
so both sides of the ship get to see the glacier and
Okay.
experience that. Okay,
All right, very cool. Thank you.
you're welcome. And so as you go up through there, this is the kind of
I also have a
I,
question on the balconies. Do you prefer port side or starboard side when you try to get a balcony, or does it not matter?
that's a good question. So for years and years, people were always wanting to be on the quote the land side, but when you're going on the inside passage, you have land on both sides. But so they're looking at the mainland versus the islands and so forth on the other side. Either side is great, but if you really want to be on the land side, then you want to be on the way down. I should know my port sides, right? But it's on the left side of the ship as you cruise southbound, if you really want that. Okay, but to me it doesn't really matter. I've done both, and you get to see land on both sides, so the views are great. So this is what these couple pictures
Left
are
would
just
be the port side.
port side. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. So these are just some of the views and things you can see while you're, out on your balcony enjoying the views there. And then, like I told you before, with our shore excursions, we have excursions for every interest. Okay, so it's funny because I had one when I was escorting a group. I had one agent, one advisor she was in her 70s, and we were up in McKinley, to the McKinley Lodge, and she signed up for the White River rafting cruise, and that's where you had to put them in. They put you in a dry suit and all that. And I was just like, "Are you serious? You're doing that?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she came back, and I said, "How did it go?" And she goes, "Brett," she goes, "that was the best excursion I have ever done." She goes, she just absolutely loved it.
Okay, I have another question.
Okay.
Does Princess have a naturalist on board, like Carnival does?
We do. So that's one
Okay,
thing
fantastic.
Yep. So this is what I suggest too. This is kind of a little hint. So when you get your balcony, right, and you're going to have the naturalist on board, and you're also going to have a park ranger on board. And the park ranger will be on there explaining and talking to you about Glacier Bay and what you're seeing. So when you're on your balcony, open up your sliding door and then turn their TV on, and you'll get to the channel where they'll be broadcasting from the bridge on there. And so hop on there and turn that up, and then you can sit on your balcony and just enjoy and listen to what the park rangers are saying on there. Okay.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then with the naturalist, the naturalists on board, and they do a fantastic job with
Excellent.
what they offer. So one of the things that sets us apart too with Alaska is not only we have our own lodges up there, which makes a big difference, and that's one of the reasons we've been voted number one, I think, for so long. Is you're going to spend time in some of our most beautiful lodges, like Denali Lodge. You'll be in Denali Lodge for a couple nights. You're going to be in McKinley Lodge, which is my favorite lodge It has the views of Mount Denali there, and it's just incredible. So if the mountain's out, you get the most spectacular views up there in Mount McKinley. And then Denali, you got it's really the heart of where people come, and Denali Lodge, they'll come and pick up the park buses to go into the park. So here's my suggestion with that as well. So that's what we include is it's the wilderness tour we include with that one, but you want to upgrade to the Tundra tour. Okay, so the Tundra gets you all the way into the park, where the wilderness only goes halfway. Okay, so spend the extra, I think it's $60 to upgrade to that, but it's definitely worth it. The other advice that I give you is when you're there, and if you do upgrade to that one, it's a longer trip, and so they only provide you just a little snack bag on there. So go down to in the Denali Lodge at the cafe just the night before. You go down there and pre-order a little lunch. Okay, and it gives you a sandwich and some chips and like an apple and orange type of thing, and then a drink. So I just recommend you do that as well when you're there. So what we call this program, what we're doing here is North to Alaska. We introduced this about 8 years ago, and it's such a great program, and because we really wanted to up our game, right? We want to make sure that we're continuing to up our game with Alaska and what we're doing there. And so we partnered with some cool authors. We have Professor Amy Butcher and then Tom Kiza that we've offered, and they come on board and they'll talk about their books and their experiences up there in Alaska as well. And then we have Libby Riddles, who's the first woman to win the Iditarod. And we've got also, like I said, the Deadliest Catch. We have the Midnight Sun Experience. We have Cook My Catch, which I'll talk about here in a second. And then we also have, again, the Naturalist on board. So Libby Riddles is a picture of her.
Can we talk a little bit about the Wilderness Lodge? And I know you wasn't planning on it because you thought it was just a sail around trip,
right? So which the
with
Denali
maybe
Lodge?
The tree house and so forth that they built
yeah,
up there.
So and I've got pictures of all that. So I apologize. I could have put all that in my presentation. So with McKinley,
and I apologize. I was looking for some to share, but I'm having trouble finding them.
So with McKinley Lodge, like I said, it's and again, all of our lodges have restaurants in them, so you have multiple opportunities or places to eat, and they do a great job there. And McKinley, is in the middle of nowhere, so you don't have really another option really other than McKinley to be able to eat anyway. But what we've done, we partnered with the Treehouse Masters. If you guys are familiar with them, they're on, I think they're on Discovery or anyway. We partnered with them a few years ago, and they came up and built a tree house for us. And when we say tree house, it's really not built on a tree. There wasn't much there, but they've got the views up there are even better from there than the layout of the lodge. And when I was up there, last time I was up there doing that, the mountain was out for 3 days straight, and we had again some amazing views of Mount Denali. It was incredible. So that's all of our lodges are right on the rivers too. So right there, we have some great hiking trails, great areas to do, go do some things. Again, we have plenty of excursions that you can hop off and do some things there. We also have in the McKinley Lodge, we also have and both in Denali, we do some guest lectures come on and talk about some. We've had some that have hiked Denali, Mount Denali, and they come on and talk about their experience. Anyway, so really good. So is that any other information, Jeff, you want on that, or
maybe go over the meal plans? Majority of people have bought into the meal plans, but how we can add the meal as well.
Yeah, so that's a great option. So in the past, we haven't had the only meals that were offered for our different land packages was our connoisseurs package, and that was the only one that offered meal plans. And then a few years ago, we came up with a meal plan that you can actually look and see which meal plan you want to use and what you want to do, because you're going to have to pay for meals anyway, right? And so it's kind of a shocker when you get off the ship and everything's been included, right? For the most part. And then you have to go to the land and then you start having to pay for things. So it's just nice to be able to have that already done and taken care of so you don't have to worry about that. So it just depends on how many meals you want per day and where you want to eat. So just go over that list. I don't have it right here with me. Jeff, if you don't have it, I can send it to you and you can forward it out to everybody. But there is that list of the different options for the meal plans, which is, to me, it's worth it because either way, you're going to pay for it. So it's just nice to have it done and already taken care of. Okay. So then we look at one of the things we do in Skagway, which is really fun, is puppies in the piazza. And this has been a huge hit for us. They come in on the little, the sled dog puppies, and you have the opportunity to actually interact with them, hold them. And anyway, it's just been that's been a big hit. And that's part of our North to Alaska program that nobody else offers. One of the other things we do with North to Alaska too is we do the lumberjack show. So they come on board and perform, and then we also have an excursion where you can go out and be part of the lumberjack show on shore as well. So here's some pictures of the Deadliest Catch. So what happened was David Leffen, who was one of the captains on the Deadliest Catch, retired probably about 7 years ago from there, maybe 10 years ago now. And he's converted his ship. You can see on the left side there, he's converted his ship with the kind of the stadium seating. So they take you out when, it's really, really rough, get that authentic experience. No, I'm just kidding. They take you out and go through the process of them, bringing the traps up and with the king crab and all that. And the great thing about it is at the end, you get to actually sample the goods, right? So they have a little sampling with the king crab. And it's interesting. We introduced this right around the same time we kind of come up with the Deadliest Catch. This is an excursion that I've always, when I do shows and stuff, people always asking me, Brett, if I do one of your fishing excursions up in Alaska and I catch a fish, can I bring it back to the ship and have them cook it up for me? And the answer for years and years is always no. Well, we just introduced this, like I said, 5 years ago. And
Wow.
right before, and it's so you can actually do an excursion, catch a fish, and bring it back onto the ship, and they will cook it up for you. Isn't that great? So kind of fun. So it's I'm excited about it. I'm excited about having that option to be able to do that.
So the captain doesn't keep the fish anymore. They have to cook it for you.
Say that again.
I know at one point if you catch something, the captain usually gets to keep it. They changed that.
Yeah, so it's either you can have it sent home now, right? They'll pack it up for you and send it home for you, or you can have it brought onto the ship and we'll cook it up. So and serve it to you in one of the dining rooms. So kind of a fun thing. So I just wanted to mention real quick on this. This is our, we have a wonderful kids and teens program and family. I don't know if you guys have, kids that are young enough or grandkids that would want to travel with you. But we do have a wonderful kids program on board that they call it the Junior Ranger program. And they do some really fun activities. They have the park rangers in there doing some things with them. But anyway, it's just a great program that we offer up there for the kids and for the family. So it's really a family, oriented thing. So as far as Princess, it sounds like a lot of you guys have done Carnival. So with Princess, let me just kind of explain where we sit in the marketplace. So we're considered a premium product. So we're in the middle. So you have your contemporaries, which is going to be Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian. And then you have your premium, which is going to be us, Holland America, Celebrity, Disney, and Oceania. And then you have your luxuries, it's going to be Cunard and Seabourn and Regent and so forth. So we're right in the middle, but we feel that we give you the best value for price that we're giving you and what we offer. And it really is, it's not stuffy. It's just relaxing. It's elegant, but yet you can feel like you can kick your feet up and put them on the chairs, not, feel like you're doing anything wrong, right? So we have different places to be entertained, which is nice. So we have a lot of different lounges that we do entertainment in. So you're not feeling like you're on board with, say 3,000 or 3,000 passengers. You can get away and feel like you're on board by yourself, actually, in a lot of these different places with the ship. So now granted, certain times of the day, in the evening times, certain places get a little bit more crowded than others, but we do have those options to be able to go all these different areas to be able to enjoy entertainment in these different lounge areas, along with the Princess Theater. Okay. Do I have any questions?
We're almost out of time, so maybe go over get back on the ship and go over the Plus and the Premier packages.
Yeah. So we have two options for you, which is really the value is amazing with it. Okay. So we have our Princess Plus. Let me see if I think I got the sheet on that here real quick. So I can tell you what the Princess Plus includes. So let me go out first. We have our standard rate, which is just the bare bones, nothing included, right? It's just the cheapest you can get. Then we have our Princess Plus, which gives you free Wi-Fi, gives you unlimited Wi-Fi, it gives you the crew appreciation or the gratuities. It also gives you our ultimate drink package. And that is $60 a day per person. Now, let me tell you this. So if you didn't buy that and you wanted just the drink package from us, the drink package is like $70 a day per person. So you're paying less money and getting more, okay, with the Princess Plus. You're also getting 2 casual dinings with us per cruise, which is going to be like our, if the ships have Alfredo's pizza on there or our Crab Shack, those will be part of the casual dining. We also give you 2 premium desserts per day. That's just like it's like a nice, it's not necessarily a milkshake, but it's gelato and it's got, all the toppings and all that stuff with it. They're actually really good. And then we have the unlimited juice bar, which is up by on the back of the ship. In one of the bar areas, we have a juice bar that we can go up there and enjoy some nice freshly squeezed or blended juices, if you will. And then we have the Ocean Now delivery. So with Princess, we have what we call the medallion. So that is your key card, and it's like the size of a quarter. And you use that to get in out of your cabin, which is awesome because you just walk up to your cabin. As long as that is on your person, you don't have to even get in your fishing in your pockets or anything. You walk up and your cabin door will unlock and you walk right in. It's fantastic. The other thing it does, well, there's a bunch of things, but the one thing that's it does as well is you can order food or drink anywhere on the ship and we will deliver it right to you. So we do charge a fee. It's $15, a one-time fee to be able to access that once you're on board, but with the Princess Plus, that's included. Okay. And then also we're giving you free room service delivery. So if we move over to the Princess Premier, that's going to be $80 a day. So $20 more, but that includes, it does include the Wi-Fi, the gratuities, and the ultimate drink package. It does give you higher priced drinks. So the one with the Plus, you get up to $15 a drink. With the Premier, you're getting up to, I think it's $18 or $20 per drink there. Special, we're giving you unlimited casual dining. And then we're giving you 2 specialty dining meals. So we have, on most of our ships, we're going to have Sabatini's, which are an Italian restaurant, and then the Crown Grill, which is our steakhouse. Okay, so you get 2 of those. You're also getting the photo package, digital unlimited photo package, which is great. Princess Prizes, which is we enter you into every time you enter your cabin, it accounts that and puts a little ticket, if you will, into the pot. And so we do a drawing at the end of the ship and end of the cruise, and they let you know if you actually won. Like, we're giving away cruises, we're giving away money. It's just a fun little thing to do. And then we've got unlimited premium desserts, unlimited fitness classes, and then we have the unlimited juice bar. We also have reserved seats in the theater for you for our production shows. And then the Ocean Now delivery and also the room service. So that's kind of the difference with both of those, but it's really a great value. If you were to look at our competitors, you'd be paying, I mean, I was on another competitor for a conference and just for the internet, it was like almost $200 for the internet, right?
Hey, Brett, with a plus, you get one device per guest.
Right.
with
One
the-
device for guests. With the
four
premium, you get
devices.
4 devices. Correct. Thanks.
Yes.
I skipped over that, so I appreciate it.